Hello everyone, welcome you all to my YouTube channel. I am Deepthi. I have been in the teaching industry for the last 24 years and I have taught physics, chemistry, mathematics as well as many non-science stream subjects also. So today in my first video in the playlist for the topic electromagnetism, we are going to start with our first topic now. In 1820, this phenomena is first observed by Hans Ørsted, which is known as magnetic effect of electric current. According to this, when an electric current is passed through a wire, suppose I am carrying a wire in my hand and a current is passing through this wire. Whenever a current is passed through this wire, if we place a compass in its vicinity, then the needle of the compass will deflect, which means it shows the magnetic field is there. Magnetic field lines can be seen or experienced with different experiments. Here, as you can see, this is the wire AB. This is the wire AB. We have placed a compass below the wire. This is a compass below the wire, and initially the needle of the compass is parallel to the direction of the wire. As you can see, the key is open, so no current is flowing in the circuit. As soon as when we close the key, the current starts flowing in the circuit. As battery positive terminal is this side, so current will flow in this direction from A to B. When current flows from A side to B side, we will see that the needle of the compass will deflect. Initially it was in this direction, will deflect towards west. When the current is in the direction AB, then the needle will deflect towards west. And if we change the terminals of the battery, positive becomes negative and negative towards positive, then the needle will deflect towards east, means downward. So the deflection in the needle is the indication, is the clear indication that some sort of magnetism is there. So what is the inference from this experiment is a current or a moving charge produces a magnetic field around it, and this is the magnetic effect of current. In continuation, our next topic is magnetic field and field lines due to a current in a straight wire or straight conductor. So here we have taken a wire, conducting wire obviously, which is made up of thick wire made up of copper. Copper wire, we have taken a cardboard and we sprinkle some iron dust on the cardboard and we tap it gently so that iron dust scattered equally. Then initially this key is not on, so no magnetic field lines are visible to you. But as soon as you switch on the circuit by pressing the key, you see the current starts flowing in this direction because positive terminal is this, so current will flow like this, and arrows indicate the direction of current in the wire from top to bottom. When current starts flowing in this, automatically you will see that iron dust start arranging in concentric circles. Now what are concentric circles? All the circles which have the same center. In this case, this is the center which become the center of all these concentric circles. These are magnetic field lines, and to know the direction of these magnetic field lines, we need a magnetic compass. Obviously in the vicinity, when we put a magnetic compass where the north pole of the magnetic compass indicate, then we can identify what is the direction of these magnetic field lines. It may be either clockwise, it may be either anti-clockwise. Another way of finding the direction of magnetic field lines is right hand thumb rule. In this case, you should first know about what is right hand thumb rule. For this, stretch your right hand, hold your thumb like this, and your fingers will encircle in the direction of magnetic field lines. Suppose here the current is flowing in this direction, your thumb will point in the direction of current, and these fingers will encircle in the direction of magnetic field lines. As I can see, this is the clockwise direction. So if the magnetic field lines show a clockwise direction here, so you can easily identify what is the direction of magnetic field lines in case of a current carrying conductor. Little modification in this experiment is now magnetic field due to a current carrying loop. To make a loop, just we hold a wire and just make it like a loop. Loop means you just press it like this and pass through two holes in the cardboard. Now, as soon as this key is pressed on, current starts flowing in the circuit in this direction. This is the direction of current. Now, when current starts flowing, you will again observe that here concentric circles starts forming. On this end also, on this end also. If we want to know the polarity, one way is to use compass. And another way is we can use right hand thumb rule again. Now at this end, look carefully. If we are holding our hand like this, thumb in the direction of current, then our fingers are encircling in anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction means like this. Anti-clockwise means opposite to the flow of. Now at this end also, you can apply the same rule. Now hold your thumb like this and your fingers will encircle in the clockwise direction. Now your fingers show the field in these magnetic field lines in the clockwise direction. But the main observation is here that in the center of these 2 points, all the magnetic field lines are pointing in the same direction from down to top in this case. All are pointing from bottom to top. So, what are the observations which we need to keep in our mind are the magnetic field lines are parallel and uniform inside these 2 points, means inside the loop magnetic field is uniform. If we want to increase the strength of magnetic field, again we need to increase the strength of current in the circuit, or here another method is we can increase the number of loops in the circuit. If we increase the number of loops, then also we can increase the strength. So number of turns in the loop will increase the strength, magnetic strength in the circuit, and another is magnetic field becomes denser if we increase the strength of current in the circuit. So these 2 points please keep in mind. This loop will behave like a dipole. Dipole because as we have seen here, the magnetic field lines are pointing anti-clockwise. Now this is clock rule that when magnetic field lines points towards their north to anti-clockwise, then this will behave like a north pole. And when these behave like clockwise, so this pole will become south pole. So this pole P point will become north and Q point will become south pole. So this pole this loop will behave like a dipole which has 2 poles, north pole and south pole. Our next topic is magnetic field due to a current carrying solenoid. Our first question is, what is a solenoid? Solenoid is a conductor, current carrying wire which is wound in the form of a spiral. It looks like a helical spring, but the condition is diameter is less than its length, so then it becomes a solenoid. Next experiment based on solenoid is, we have again taken a cardboard. The modification here is, here we have taken only 2 holes. In this case we have taken 2 slits and passed number of turns through these slits. More the number of turns, more is the strength of the magnetic field. So here as we press the key, current starts flowing in the circuit. It goes like this. When current flows through these wires, then again it behaves like a magnetic field, and magnetic field lines can be depicted like here. Only 1 or 2 magnetic field lines are sufficient to demonstrate. Basic thing is, in the vicinity, in the center, you can see all field lines are parallel to each other. As you know the property of magnetic field lines, that they never intersect, so draw them carefully. They should not intersect each other. Now to find the direction of the magnetic field lines here, we are again applying right hand thumb rule. In this case, as you can see here, the direction of current is like this. So when in the windings, Direction of current is this. We hold our right hand like this and we see our fingers encircle in the anti-clockwise direction. When fingers encircle in anti-clockwise direction, then this behave like a magnetic field lines go like this. Always keep in mind that from the north pole, magnetic field lines always emerge. On opposite side, here, magnetic field lines strength can be seen with the help of right hand thumb rule again, and it shows that here the direction is clockwise. Direction is clockwise, but in the middle, as you can see, magnetic field lines are uniform, they are equally placed and are all in the same direction. So, our this end behaves like a north pole and this end behaves like a south pole. Again, it becomes a dipole. So, this is our current carrying solenoid which is behaving like a bar magnet. Important points to keep in your mind are with the observation of the pattern of magnetic field lines. First observation is that magnetic field is uniform inside the solenoid. It is uniform. Means all the lines aligned equally and parallel. Next, second point is magnetic field lines become denser if we increase the strength of current in the circuit. Third point is magnetic field is increased if the number of turns in the solenoid are more. Suppose we are taking here 10 turns. If we make the turns 100, then the strength of the solenoid gets many times increased. Now, first and foremost important point is when we want to increase the strength of solenoid, we insert a soft iron core inside this helical spring. When we insert this soft iron core inside this, then it will enhance the magnetic field line strength many times. Soft iron core, why soft iron core is used? One of the most important questions which may be asked in your question papers also. Now, I am going to give the reason for this, why soft iron is used. First point is it has high magnetic permeability, and second point is it has low retentivity. It means as soon as we switch on the circuit, the current is flowing in the circuit, it behaves like a magnet. But as soon as we switch off the current in the circuit, it is no longer now magnetized. It gets demagnetized the moment we switch off. This is the value of low retentivity in case of soft iron. If we want to make a permanent magnet, then we can use a piece of steel. Instead of soft iron, we can also use a piece of steel. So next question is, what is the similarities between a solenoid and a bar magnet? We know bar magnet has two poles. Here also we have seen there are two poles in this circuit. So, first property of bar magnet is attractive property, that it attracts magnetic pieces towards itself, magnetic material towards itself. This same property goes right with solenoid also. So, this is a similarity attractive property, and second is directive property. So, first is attractive property is similar and next is directive property. Directive property, as the name suggests, is that when we align bar magnet, it is free to move, then it is always aligned in the north-south direction. Similarly, if we want to align this solenoid, it will align and itself align in the north-south direction. So these two are the similarities which you should keep in mind, because bar magnet and solenoid behaves like a bar magnet. These type of questions can be asked in a question paper also. So now come to dissimilarities between the current carrying solenoid and bar magnet. These dissimilarities are just like the advantages of a solenoid over the bar magnet, because we cannot increase the strength of bar magnet, but we can increase the strength of solenoid. This is the first and the foremost important point. We can increase the strength of solenoid. How? We have already discussed. We can increase the strength of current, we can increase the number of turns, we can insert the soft iron core. In all the three cases, we can increase the strength of solenoid. So now next advantage is we can change this polarity. We can change the polarity just by changing the polarity of the battery. We can change the polarity of this south pole comes to this side, north pole comes to this side. But in bar magnet, this advantage cannot be get. Our next topic is electromagnet. An electromagnet is a temporary strong magnet. Lay emphasis on this point. It is a temporary magnet as well as it is a very strong magnet made by passing current in the coil wound around a piece of soft iron. It is an artificial magnet. So keep in your mind, it is an artificial magnet, it is a temporary magnet as well as it is a strong magnet. Temporary means it has magnetism as long as it has current. As soon as we switch off the current, it loses its magnetism and get demagnetized. So there are two shapes which are prominently used in the topic with electromagnet. First is I shape, which is made by using a bar magnet. Another is U shape, which is made by using a horseshoe magnet. Again, to complete the circuit, we have to insert an ammeter, rheostat, battery and a key. As soon as we press the key, current starts flowing because battery positive terminal is this side. So current starts flowing in this direction. And again, using the formula of right hand thumb rule, we can detect the which pole behaves like which side behaves like a which pole. For example, hold your thumb in the direction of current. Your thumb will point in the downward direction and your fingers will encircle like in the clockwise direction. So when the clockwise direction is this, it means this pole will behave like a south pole. Similarly, this pole will behave like a north pole. So this is how I-shaped electromagnet will work. One pole becomes a south pole, another pole becomes a north pole. To construct a horseshoe magnet, we take a U-shaped soft iron piece and wound a wire. Start from this end, it is the front of a magnet. Starting from this end, we make spirals on this side. But keep in mind, on the opposite arm, it should be in opposite direction. Suppose it is here clockwise, then in this arm it should be anti-clockwise. And to know the direction, which side is behaving like a south or north pole, we have to view from this side. This is the front of a horseshoe magnet. We have to view from their bottom side that which direction which pole is appearing on which side. So in our case, this side will behave like a south pole and this side will behave like a north pole when we switch on the circuit by closing the key. Now the comparison between an electromagnet and a permanent magnet. Electromagnet is made up of soft iron. Permanent magnet is made up of steel. The strength of electromagnet can be increased by increasing the number of turns, by increasing the strength of current, but strength of a permanent magnet cannot be increased. The polarity of electromagnet can be changed. The polarity of permanent magnet cannot be changed. This electromagnet can be easily demagnetized. Permanent magnet cannot be demagnetized. These are the major points of difference which you should keep in your mind. Now, the uses of electromagnet. Electromagnet can be used for lifting and transporting heavy iron scrap, girders, plates, etc. because in one lift it can hold a mass of 20,000 kg. Permanent magnet cannot hold such a heavy mass. Second is for loading the furnaces with iron. In the chapter of metallurgy you have seen in chemistry. Next is for separating the iron piece from debris and ores. In scientific research, to study the magnetic properties of a substance placed inside a magnetic field. And in several electrical devices, electromagnets are used in electric bell, telegraph, electric tram, electric motor, relay, microphone, loudspeaker, etc. To demonstrate the working of electromagnet, I have made this toy aeroplane. At the back side of this, I have adjusted a solenoid. This solenoid is made by winding thin insulated copper wire over soft iron core. I made it very powerful by taking large number of turns. So, as soon as I switch on the current, it will hold a powerful object like this. It can hold. As you can see, it can hold it. Now, it means whenever current is here, it gets magnetized and hold magnetic objects. Now, as soon as I switch off the current, it gets demagnetized and the object falls down automatically. Thanks for watching the video. If you learned something new today, then please like, share and subscribe my video. Thanks.